Hello everybody, this is JW Najarian, and I'm extremely happy to have with me today Don Miguel Ruiz. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing wonderful.
You just gave a great talk. We're at the Enlightened Entrepreneur Summit. You gave this incredible talk. You just flew in from Mexico, right?
Yes.
And a just inspired talk today about the four agreements. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Well, it's been always my pleasure. It's my passion just to go around and share all the message wherever I go.
Right. Tell me, a lot of people might be watching this and they go, the four agreements, what are the four agreements?
Well, the first one is being impeccable with the word, and it really represents your whole creation. Mm-hmm. The whole story of your life is made by the words. Then to be impeccable with the word will make the difference if you have a wonderful, beautiful, happy life, or to live your life in full drama and suffering, etc., etc. Right. Then be impeccable with the word perhaps is the most important one of the agreements. Right. The second is don't take anything personally. You create your own story, you create your own world, and everybody around you, they did the same thing. Then in your story, you are the main character, and everybody else is just a secondary character. But you are the same in their story. They are the main character, and you are only a secondary character. Then whatever they say or do is really focusing the secondary character who live in their story. But if we take it personally, then we can be hurt for whatever is happening around us. Otherwise, that give you immunity in the interaction that you have with all of them. Mm-hmm. The third one is don't take anything. Don't make assumptions. I almost forget my third one. Don't make assumptions. And it's really about what we learn, about all our knowledge, about the way we think, about the stories that we create in our head, mm-hmm. because most of that is just only assumptions. It's like I just told them, if you're talking in your head, and who's listening? You can see all these assumptions in action, and if you don't make assumptions, they give you immunity in the interaction that you have with yourself. And the first one, that is my very favorite one.
You're not going to forget this one because it's your favorite.
Oh, well, is always do your best. And it's based in that we have a powerful imagination. Mm-hmm. And if we take action, we create something that is not real and something real. The entire creation of humanity is based in that, in the human imagination, and taking the action, because we can have great ideas, and if we don't take the action, nothing will happen.
Oh, that's great. And then you and your son wrote a fifth agreement, and what's that? Well,
first, the four agreements is the introduction of a way of life of the artist, mm-hmm. because we all are artists. Then after years of practicing, the conclusion will be this fifth agreement, which is be skeptical but learn to listen. It means, okay, don't believe me, don't believe yourself, and don't believe anybody else. But not because we are so intelligent that we don't want to hear.
Not about ego, right?
Not at all. Because we know that they create their own story, and whatever they say, it may be true for them, but not necessarily is true for you. That you only can, if you learn to listen, you take from them the best that they say, and you apply it in your own life, and that way your life is getting better and better and better.
The book is so wonderful. The Four Agreements is such a great book. Really enjoyed it and got so much out of it. And the Four Agreements seem to, if everybody practiced just the Four Agreements, the world would shift in a dynamic way. But tell me, Don Miguel Ruiz, he's out in the world. I understand that this didn't just come to you. I mean, you've had some trials and tribulations. You decided to go back to source because I think you have Indian background. And
oh yes, definitely.
Tell me about that.
It's a whole legacy that comes from my family. It's the whole Nahualism, all the Nahuals, right. Like my grandfather, his father, and the whole chain. But really, it's about today. The past is just a point of reference. What is important is today. Right. Then this Toltec knowledge is not really from the past, it's from now, and keep changing. Like right now, my two children, they are already masters, they're teaching, and the way they share is something completely different because it's more about now, more actual. Like I have memories what I did the last century, and is no longer fit in the society today. Then I keep shifting, changing as fast as life, because everything is changing. Our own body is changing. Our own world is changing. our own creation is changing all the time. If we resist, we create drama.
Right.
But if we agree, we become like water, and we really mold all the situations and adapt to whatever is happening and take even advantage of whatever is happening.
Let's talk about taking advantage of what's happening. I hear in December you have a major gathering down in Mexico. Can you tell me something about that?
Yes, this is almost completely done. Mm-hmm. Just all the tramites is almost finished. That's the reason why I still didn't publish. But it's celebrating the day one from after the end of the Mayan calendar. Then the end of the Mayan calendar ends the 21st. And it's a whole calendar that is several thousands of years that really has no meaning, except if we give it a meaning, and the meaning that I propose is that it will represent the end of superstition, the end of the fanaticism, and the return of the truth. That the new humanity to start day one really focus in more creation and be happy and really let go all the old ways that is not working any longer. It's like wherever I go, I ask everybody, please help me to change the world. But I'm not talking about the humanity. I'm talking about the world that we create in our own head.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because if you change your world, the benefit is not just you, that is, of course, the one who have the better benefit, but also the people that you say you love. Your wife, your children, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your community, your society, your country, the entire humanity is changing. But the change has to start with oneself. And it's spreading until finally the whole humanity will change.
Well, that's wonderful. So I think it's December 22nd, and where's that going to be held?
It's in San Juan, Teotihuacan. It's very close to the pyramids.
Oh, right at the base of the pyramid.
And supposedly, almost my brother, Carlos Santana, will be with me. Camila, a big group in Latin America, will be there. El Buki, a singer in Mexico, will be there. And, well...
And 35,000 spectators, right?
From 35 to 50,000, that depends.
Wow. Yeah. It's going to be a big event. It's going to be great. So
yes, and hopefully it will go globally also.
Great. We're here today at the Enlightened Entrepreneur Summit with Don Miguel Ruiz of the Four Agreements. Thank you very much, Don. And let me talk about Simone, who put this together. Why is it important for business people to become enlightened nowadays?
Well, everything is changing. You know, the old way to do business is changing completely. Because right now it's really more about oneself, to really find our own passion. And like I say, okay, love is an equilibrium between gratitude and generosity. Then what we are doing right now is to show everybody that we have to be so grateful for everything that we receive and be generous to help everybody else around to give, to have that beautiful equilibrium. And this is the way that all the business and all that is changing, is shifting.
Right. The adversarial business paradigm's out the window. It doesn't work. It's not sustainable.
No, because people don't believe any longer.
Right.
Then we need to be realistic. We need to be more real, and we really have to give ourselves to show our own passion, our own inspiration, and that everybody can join us.
That's wonderful. Again, we're at the Enlightened Entrepreneurs Summit with Don Miguel Ruiz. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, and all my love to all of you.